Hello, team. Welcome back to Swing and a Drive. I'm James. That is Logan. Thanks for joining us for a few minutes. We're talking about Bowden Francis today, AL Player of the Week, Bowden Francis. Not too bad. Slow clap for Bowden. And we're also talking about Bo Bichette and a recent article that highlighted the fact that he may not want to be returning to the Jays once he hits free agency. So we'll see. Thanks for spending a couple minutes with us, and don't forget, like and subscribe. To every little like, every subscription helps us grow our channel. So we appreciate your support. All right, Logan, let's talk Bowden Francis, AL Player of the Week. After Vladdy was 2 weeks ago. We suddenly another Blue Jay in the lost season, his AL Player of the Week. What do you see, and how are you feeling about that?
I feel great for him. I mean, it's great. I think we're finally seeing in the last two starts the Bowden Francis that was advertised to us last year. This large, imposing dude, like he's a big dude,
Yeah,
and he's finally pitching like he's a big dude.
yeah,
So it shows he's imposing, he's intimidating. I think he's got a future in the rotation.
I mean, it's looking like it, right? And like I remember really early in the season, Chris Bassett was talking about him, like, and he was very
Yeah,
high on the kid, and the kid
yeah,
came out and did not start the year well at all.
not that great.
So I was thinking, like, Bassett, are you sure, bud? But I went and looked ahead of our talk today at his game logs through the year, and you can see a steady. It's just been a steady improvement in
Hmm.
Bowden Francis's results all year long, uh, to the point where he's in the last. So actually, here's who do we
Yeah,
got?
far okay.
The great week in the last week. He's 2-0, of course. He's got 15 Ks, 4 hits, zero walks, zero walks. Uh, that's great. One
Impressive.
earned
Yeah.
one earned run in those two
He's attacking
games.
the zone, like he's
Yeah,
being imposing. Like it's huge.
it's 14 innings, so he's averaged 7 innings a game for those two games, and a 0.64 ERA.
Yeah.
So, and that's,
Yeah.
yes, it's two starts, sure, but
It's the so he's essentially got the starting role back because we traded away Kikuchi, right?
yes,
We needed a starter.
yep,
He's getting a second chance and he's taken every advantage of it. Like
yeah,
I think it's great. I think it's great to see he's putting in the work and it's paying off. And is zero walk sustainable? Absolutely not. But if his command can stay consistently better like it has been, and his stuff can stay where it is, he's going to be an excellent number 4 or 5 starter for us next year.
yes. His so early in the year, when he was getting lit up more often, every single mistake he made was getting crushed.
Crushed.
And he's now limiting the amount of mistakes he's making. And if he's missing,
Exactly.
he's not missing like right over the heart of the plate or something
Yeah.
like that.
And
It's
like I haven't noticed any mechanical differences. I think it's all a mental difference. Like I think he just someone told him go out there and pitch like you know how good you are, not like you're trying to win a
yeah,
spot or something, right?
yeah.
Like because he's changed. He's a changed guy in the last two starts. It's visible. Like it's
Yes.
not a mechanical change. It's an attitude change on the mound. It's an
Well,
aura. Like he's a
yes.
different dude on the mound right now, and it's great. And I hope it's sustainable.
In 5 games since the start of June, or in the 5 games he started since June, he's only allowed 6 runs total, including the two that he had this or one that he had this last couple starts.
Oh yeah,
So that in 24.2 innings pitched, starting, which I think is a huge point to put on it because we've been using him as a long man. His bullpen numbers are not great. He isn't as good out of the bullpen as he is as a starter. that's something that the numbers just kind of show. He
Yeah.
looks really good. I don't want to, it's just like Will Wagner, right? Well, a little bit. The good performance over a small period of time, a shorter period
Yeah.
of time. You have to have it over a longer
Yeah.
period of time.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're happy to talk about the small sample size when someone's doing really well in that small sample size. So uh, it is kind of funny that we do those sort of things. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It's good signs. It's good signs for the future. Like that's what we're worried about right now, right? We're thinking about next year already. We have been for weeks now,
Yes.
and he's got to be a piece next year. Um, Not to put the pressure back on the kid, but like he needs to be a starter like next year. We need to not have to go find a fifth starter next year. Like if he is the solve to one of our big problems,
Yeah.
that is amazing. And it goes such a long way to going and getting a big bat because we have
That
the money open.
the money. Yeah. The money that you wouldn't have, the 18 million or something you weren't going to spend on a starting
Yeah.
pitcher for a fourth starting pitcher. You can
Right?
now just boom, it's his cash, his 770, or I think he's still going to be on that next year. Uh,
775. He'll be on that. Yeah,
yeah.
he's pre-armed.
So like that's great because you're right. Like you can go and spend a little
It's
extra.
huge.
Maybe you are in the Juan
Every
Soto
winning team needs that.
sweepstakes. Yeah, like I don't. I mean, now yes, Juan Soto is going to be the sexiest free agent and everything, and it'll be really expensive to get him. But I mean, maybe you actually have the money to play in that field this time. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But good for Bowden Francis.
Yeah, man.
Awesome to see.
Yeah,
Congratulations to him.
great
Now
job.
on
Keep it
to
up.
a less positive story. Uh, recent
Depends on your point of
article.
view.
Recent article coming up. This was out of the Daily Hive, and the headline is Bichette not planning to stay with the Blue Jays next season. Report. So I don't know, how much to make of it. You've talked about this for
My
quite a long
response would
time.
be, this just in, this just in. Bo Bichette doesn't want to be a Blue Jay. We've known this for weeks, like months, really. In
Well,
my
you've
case,
you've said,
years.
yeah, you've been
Like
on it for a while.
I've been on it for a long time, but since pre-trade deadline, when the news broke or whatever, somebody leaked that he texted a friend he would welcome a trade from the Blue Jays. Like, come on, this isn't news, really. Like, in my opinion, and not sad about it either.
So I was sad about it, except like only in that I wasn't really sure. I say if he doesn't want to be here, I don't want him here. If he doesn't want to be here, get rid of him as soon as you possibly can. He's gonna have if he doesn't want to be on the Blue Jays, then he's gonna be a locker room cancer. Because I that's just the kind of thing like the guy that wants out
Gonna be.
the energy. Well, he probably is, right? Like that is he the guy that's causing the issues? Like,
Gee, he hasn't been playing for weeks, and Vladdy's been super relaxed and awesome.
right? Who knows? That he's like we call him the fun police. He doesn't want to do fun things with the team. They tried to acquiesce to that on with the team this year to say like let's get rid of the home run jacket. Let's become the juggernaut of baseball and we'll be like baseball robots and we will not do anything fun. Baseball is fun. There's a lot of downtime in baseball. You
Shout out Brett Phillips. Baseball's fun.
Yeah, that's all it is, though, right? It's fun. It's supposed to be fun, and Bo seems to be not having a good time.
It's been proven over the last however many weeks now. The Jays can win without Bo Bichette. They've been doing it. They're winning at a better clip now than they did at the first half of the season.
Yeah, yeah, and they look like they're kind of having fun. I'm actually kind of enjoying watching the Blue Jays the last few weeks since the
Oh,
deadline,
heck yeah.
right?
There's some energy to the team.
Yeah,
Like they're out of it, long out of it, and they're still playing with some energy because it's all these young guys. They all know they're auditioning for next year.
yeah.
So they're giving it 110. It's great. It's been kind of fun. It's hard to watch when they start making those kind of minor league mistakes, and that's why we lose. But I mean, it's fun. The energy around the team seems great right now.
Yeah,
From afar, we got to say that. I got to say that every time, right? From afar, like we are obviously out here on the West Coast. I don't
yeah.
see any of this stuff firsthand.
To that point, from afar, this weekend,
Right.
myself and my wife, who won a contest. My wife won a contest with the Jays to go see the Blue Jays live in person when they play the Angels on Saturday. We'll be sitting in the Canada Dry bleachers above the opposing bullpen, heckling the opposing relief pitchers. So right on. I'm super pumped to go. Actually, so 33 years of fandom of this team, and I get to hold a sign that says my first Blue Jays game. Pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it.
If anybody else is going to be there, go find them. Give them a hard time.
Hey, yeah, I'll be the I'll be looking for Buck, and I'll be like, I'm stopping by Jamie's table over there in the right field corner, or left
Yeah,
field
good.
corner. Yep. So like gotta stop by all the
Got to
bases.
do all
Just
the things, right? Yeah.
yeah, I'm only gonna be there. I'm only gonna be there for a few hours, so I'll take
Get there
it.
early. Go check out BP.
Yeah, exactly, right? You got to. I mean, yes, I will be checking out the Hockey Hall of Fame while I'm in Toronto for sure. But
Nice.
outside of that, this is the only thing I'm doing. That's it.
Awesome.
So will be cool, and then it won't
So
be
excited.
a from afar observation. I'll actually have a couple firsthand observations, so that'll be great. So looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
that's exciting.
But yeah, and like to bring the fun back. So we'll see. Uh,
Bring the fun
we'll
back.
see if like the more time passes without Bo on the roster, or just like you don't even see him in the dugout or whatever, I find myself letting go more and more from it. Like I was like, nope, this guy, it's Bo and Vladdy, Bo and Vladdy, Bo and Vladdy, Bo and Vladdy. Has to be. But it doesn't. It doesn't. Like when Kevin Biggio left, I was kind of gutted for him. And the kind of like the trio of them that came up together, and there's the story and all of that, right? So it's
Yeah,
sort of like the next guy to go, and it's like the trio is broken, and it's just okay. Off on your
look,
adventure now, Bo.
I'm as romantic about baseball as the next person. But at the end of the day, I want my team to win.
Yeah,
So if a narrative or a storyline that is really cool gets ended or broken up because of poor play or something like that, good, good. Like I felt the same when Cavan left. It hurt when Teoscar left. It hurt. Like you hate to lose fans that or players that as a fan you've been invested in for several seasons. But I've moved on. I've moved on from all of it. I move on from it super fast. Like I want wins. I want wins above anything else.
yes,
I'm a fan of the front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey.
yeah.
I have not thought once, oh, wouldn't it be great if Bo Bichette was in shortstop instead of Leo Jimenez? Not one time.
Honestly, I haven't really thought about it either. It's
So
yeah.
like what what your notes say? If you want to go, Bo, if you want to go, go.
My
Uh,
note said
my
something like
only
that
hope
in less nice words.
my only hope is that the front office handles it in such a way that we get the best return we can.
Yeah, so that's a point that I want to make because I was reading the comments of that article, and some people were talking about the trade. You can't trade him because he's played so crappy. But I think that we need to think about, and I don't know the answer
Like
to
John
this.
Heyman said today, 50 cents on the dollar
Yeah, so
on Blam Barker.
if it's
That's
50 cents
low.
if it's 50 cents on the dollar, right? So what is the value of a player who's not performing but you trade them in the off season of a season that they didn't perform in versus the value of that same player performing through the year, but then you trade him at the trade deadline and he's a pure rental for somebody. So
Well,
what do you where do you get the better exchange, better value for that player?
I could go even one further and on the doom and gloom side and say, what happens if he's just the same guy next year as he was this year? then you don't even get anything at the trade deadline. So they really have to assess what's going on. They have to be aware now, like, and understand that he will not sign with them. He will not sign an extension with them, no matter what they offer. He does not want to be a Blue Jay. Okay, move on. Just get the best you can out of it, right? Like, do the best you can. And I don't trust this front office to do that at all. But maybe if he does continue to be bad next year, then the best they can is some sort of compensation pick and just letting him walk at the end of the year. Like, who knows? Who knows where it'll land? Like,
Yeah.
I think you're right. Like, we kind of talked about it before. I've been thinking about it as we have been talking about it and like weighing the options. Like, maybe 50 cents on the dollar is great. Like,
True.
sell
Yeah.
now before it's 25 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, like if you're looking, if you want to take a stock analogy of it and say
Right?
the stock is going down, but if you could prognosticate out to say like we're here and the stock is going to continue to go
Exactly.
below and it's not going to,
Yes.
so sell before you bottom out, I guess. Like, I mean, yeah.
Right. And then like, what do you honestly think you get for Bo Bichette right now? Like, if you were to trade Bo Bichette to a team to fill a hole that we have, what are you getting? Who are you going for? Like, what's a sound off in the comments too, by the way. I'd like to hear what
I,
anybody thinks this guy is worth, because
yeah.
I have a very low evaluation of him, like much lower than he has of himself.
Probably
Uh,
much lower than me. I would probably, but I'm like
I'm
anybody
not
who,
giving him 120. Like, I'm not giving him. He thinks he's $300 million shortstop money, and he's like $80 million shortstop money.
yeah, he's got to do a couple show me contracts. So I feel like he's going to have the same kind of career as Jose Bautista, right? Like Jose Bautista kept on his contract time, the timing never worked out for the way he was playing, and so there was always like, we're not paying you for what you've done in the past. We're
Yeah,
paying you for what we expect you to do in the future. And as he was getting older, the returns were going to start diminishing. And
yeah,
so when he was negotiating contracts, there was that feeling of animosity because it's like, but look what we've done. But yeah, but you're getting older, Jose, and so we're
right.
not going to be able to pay you. And is that like, so Bichette, since his knee injury in 2023, has
Frankly,
kind of been a shadow of himself, the early Bichette.
it was a turning point, man.
Yeah,
Like, a turning point.
seen stuff about this. There's videos, there's highlight reels, there's stuff that they've talked about this injury and his downgraded performance since then, and it's a thing. So if he is on just sort of a downward trajectory in his overall career, then it's time. Like, it's trade him now and get what you can while he's, but before the world finds out.
I don't care. I don't care where he goes. Just go.
Okay,
Go be
well,
a pain in someone else's side, and let us watch Leo Jimenez go out there and quietly be an excellent defensive shortstop and hit a couple home runs. Like, that's that's what I want to see.
or maybe the money we save with Bowden being in there instead is going to open up the door to bring in
Yeah,
a real stud at short. Who knows?
who
I mean,
knows?
the future of middle infield for the Jays. I think we have some. I think we've got some guys in the system that might be able to turn into something. So the
Yep.
future could still be pretty bright, even if Bo Bichette doesn't yield the prospect haul that everybody kind of wanted for him. Like, that's what we thought we would get, would be a giant prospect haul. It would reshape the future of the Jays. But if it's 50 cents on the dollar and whatever, all of that, we're not going to get like
Well,
team changing, franchise
it's
changing.
it's lower now than it would ever have been, right? I don't think it's ever been as high as fans of the Blue Jays think it would be.
Yeah, we're always
Like,
biased. We
he's a
always
fan
add more
favorite, right?
value.
Like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
let's be honest.
yep.
Most people love Bichette. He got better defensively all the time, and maybe he will continue to get better defensively. I don't know, but
He's improved
he's,
massively on
he's
defense for sure.
declining at the plate. This year was atrocious. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
see him as a coachable player, and so for those reasons and many more, like, let's just trade him. Let's just trade him. Get everything you can for him.
All right.
Wash your hands
Okay.
of that.
Let's cut her off there. We want to find out from you guys if you made it this far in the video. Like we really want to
Yeah.
know how you feel about Bo. Because the comments are wild, they're all over the place, and you know if it's just speculation, who knows? But let us know in the comments below how you feel about that situation. Also, if you just want to throw some love at Bowden Francis for being the man, uh,
Do it.
right on, throw it in there. And if you took anything from this video, don't forget, as we said at the start, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, helps us immensely, and we will see you guys in the next video. Yes.
Go
Thanks for watching.
Jays.
Okay. Peace, guys.